Given the rapid increase in new cases, the increase in the positivity rate, and the increase in hospital admissions, government decided this morning that we needed to take action by reimposing level 5 restrictions with modifications. Just to give you an idea of the numbers and how things change so quickly, in the week starting the 30th of November, the average number of cases reported per day was 269. In the week starting the 7th of December, it was 284, only a little bit higher. In the week starting the 14th of December, it was only 287, only a tiny bit higher. But in the week starting the 21st of December, it was 549. So a sudden and very dramatic takeoff in the number of people testing positive for COVID. So what we're seeing is not just an increase in cases, but we're seeing exponential growth. And on this current trajectory, it is likely that we'll exceed 1,000 cases a day before Christmas, and perhaps 2,000 cases a day before New Year's Eve. We don't know whether or not the new variant is circulating in Ireland, but we're operating on the basis that it is. It's difficult to speculate about the timeline, but I think it'll probably be towards the end of February or early March before a critical mass of the population is vaccinated. And I think we need to operate on the basis that these restrictions may well be in place until then, although we will review the situation on the 12th of January, recognising that this pandemic can change and change rapidly. So perhaps it'll change for the better. Perhaps we'll be able to announce some positive decisions on the 12th of January, but I think we should all operate on the basis as a society that these restrictions will be in place for the first 2 months of next year. Finally, the strongest message that I think we can offer to anyone is the safest thing you can do is stay at home. No matter what the variant of virus circulating is, you're not going to get infected on your couch at home. So stay at home when you can, and then particularly for those who are vulnerable, those who are older, over 70, those who have chronic illness, we're saying to them that they need to shield themselves again. One of the real concerns that we have at the moment is that unlike in the second wave, the virus seems to be affecting older people in quite high numbers. The second wave was very much characterised by a dramatic increase in infections among younger people who are largely unaffected by the virus, or at least they don't get very sick. What we're seeing now is something a little bit more like what we saw in March with older people getting infected with the virus, and that is causing us enormous concern, because what is very likely to happen over the next couple of days, particularly over Christmas, is younger people who've been out socialising, perhaps carrying the virus, will then mix with older people over Christmas and potentially infect them. And that is a recipe for disaster. So we really are asking people to consider that, particularly people over 70 and those with a chronic illness, to consider shielding themselves again and protecting themselves.